Discipline is often seen as the silent force that separates those who dream from those who achieve. In a world full of distractions, instant gratification, and endless noise, it's not always easy to stay focused on what truly matters. But the truth is, self-discipline isn't about restriction or punishment. It's about freedom. Freedom from procrastination, freedom from wasted time, and freedom to create a life that reflects your true potential. In his powerful book, Self-Discipline, Kelvin W. explores the principles, habits, and mindset shifts that empower us to take control of our actions and stay committed to our goals. He reminds us that motivation can spark the journey, but it is discipline that carries us to the finish line. Through practical strategies and real-life wisdom, Nathan shows how we can master our thoughts, strengthen our habits, and build the resilience needed to overcome temptations and setbacks. On this channel, Wiser Reads, we dive into books that can change the way you think, act, and live. Today's summary will take you through the key lessons of self-discipline, from mastering consistency to cultivating mental toughness, from aligning your actions with your goals to finding growth in challenges. So if you've ever struggled to stay consistent, to manage your time effectively, or to push through when things get tough, this book offers a roadmap to lasting transformation. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand the power of self-discipline, you'll feel inspired to practice it daily and unlock the best version of yourself. The foundation of self-discipline. At its core, self-discipline is the ability to control your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors in pursuit of long-term goals, even when short-term temptations or obstacles arise. The foundation of self-discipline begins with awareness, understanding the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Without a clear sense of purpose or direction, discipline cannot be sustained. Kelvin W. emphasizes that discipline is not about perfection, nor is it about sheer willpower. Instead, it is a skill developed through consistent practice, small daily choices, and a commitment to align actions with values. Every act of discipline builds momentum, reinforcing the belief that you are capable of shaping your own life. A critical element of this foundation is mindset. People who cultivate a growth mindset view challenges as opportunities and setbacks as lessons rather than failures. This perspective fuels resilience and helps maintain focus even when motivation fades. Self-discipline thrives not on momentary bursts of energy, but on consistency, the quiet repetition of habits that compound over time. Another pillar is self-control, which involves delaying gratification for greater rewards. Training yourself to resist distractions, manage impulses, and prioritize what matters most creates mental strength. Discipline, Nathan argues, is a form of self-respect. It is choosing your future self over immediate comfort. Equally important is clarity of goals. Without clear objectives, discipline lacks direction. When your purpose is well-defined, each disciplined action becomes meaningful, transforming ordinary habits into stepping stones toward success. Ultimately, the foundation of self-discipline is built upon awareness, mindset, consistency, self-control, and purpose. Together, these elements create stability and strength, much like the roots of a tree. With them, you can weather challenges, avoid being swayed by distractions, and steadily progress toward the life you desire. Self-discipline, then, is not restrictive. It is liberating. It frees you from chaos, procrastination, and regret, granting you the ability to live intentionally and create a future designed by choice, not chance.
Mastering your mindset. Self-discipline begins in the mind. Kelvin W. emphasizes that the way we think shapes the way we act, And mastering your mindset is the first step toward controlling your behavior and achieving lasting success. A disciplined mind is not free from challenges or negative thoughts, but it chooses how to respond to them. At the heart of mastering your mindset is self-awareness. Understanding your thought patterns, beliefs, and triggers allows you to recognize when you are slipping into unproductive habits or destructive behaviors. Awareness gives you the power to pause, reassess, and redirect your actions in alignment with your goals. Nathan also highlights the importance of cultivating a growth mindset, the belief that abilities, intelligence, and habits can be developed through effort and practice. This mindset fosters resilience, persistence, and the courage to embrace challenges rather than avoid them. Those with a fixed mindset often see obstacles as threats, but a growth mindset sees them as opportunities to learn and grow. Another key aspect is positive mental conditioning. The thoughts you nurture influence your emotions and decisions. By consciously focusing on empowering beliefs and visualizing success, you train your brain to anticipate and respond effectively to difficult situations. This mental rehearsal strengthens self-control and prepares you to act decisively when faced with distractions or temptations. Nathan also stresses the role of emotional regulation. Mastering your mindset means not allowing emotions like fear, doubt, or impatience to dictate your choices. Instead, a disciplined mind observes emotions without being controlled by them, creating space for rational, goal-oriented action. Finally, mindset mastery involves alignment of thoughts and purpose. When your mental state consistently supports your goals, discipline becomes easier and more sustainable. Every thought, decision, and action becomes intentional, forming a foundation for habits that compound over time into measurable results. In essence, mastering your mindset is the cornerstone of self-discipline. It empowers you to take control of your life, overcome mental barriers, and approach every challenge with clarity, focus, and confidence. By shaping your thoughts, you shape your actions, and ultimately, the life you create.
Habits that shape success. Success is not the result of one extraordinary effort, but the accumulation of small, consistent actions performed daily. In self-discipline, Kelvin W. Nathan emphasizes that habits are the building blocks of achievement, and mastering them is essential for creating a life of purpose and growth. The first step in shaping success through habits is intentionality. Every habit begins with a conscious decision to act in alignment with your goals. Without awareness, habits form passively, often supporting unproductive patterns. Nathan encourages readers to examine their routines and replace habits that hinder growth with behaviors that propel them forward. A cornerstone of successful habits is consistency. Motivation alone is fleeting, but repeated actions, even small ones, create momentum over time. By performing key habits daily, you train your mind and body to act automatically in ways that support your ambitions. This consistency is the true measure of discipline. Nathan also highlights the importance of habit stacking, linking new productive behaviors to existing routines. This technique makes it easier to integrate positive habits into everyday life and reduces the mental effort required to maintain them. Over time, these stacked habits compound, producing exponential results. Another critical aspect is accountability. Successful individuals monitor their progress, track their behaviors, and hold themselves responsible for following through. Accountability strengthens commitment and ensures that habits don't remain mere intentions. Furthermore, Nathan points out the role of environment in shaping habits. Your surroundings influence your actions more than you might realize. By designing environments that encourage productive behaviors and limit temptations, you make discipline easier and more natural.
Finally, habits should align with your values and long-term goals. When habits serve a meaningful purpose, they become sustainable and enjoyable rather than burdensome. Success is not just about action. It's about deliberate, repeated action that builds the foundation for personal and professional growth. In essence, the habits you cultivate determine the trajectory of your life. By choosing them consciously, performing them consistently, and aligning them with your values, you create a framework for success that is resilient, sustainable, and transformative. Self-discipline, Nathan reminds us, is the engine that powers these habits, turning intention into action and action into achievement.
Overcoming temptations and distractions. One of the greatest challenges to self-discipline is the constant presence of temptations and distractions. In self-discipline, Kelvin W. Nathan emphasizes that the ability to resist short-term urges in favor of long-term goals is a defining trait of successful individuals. Overcoming distractions requires awareness, strategy, and consistent practice. Nathan begins by highlighting the importance of recognizing triggers. Distractions often arise from predictable patterns, stress, boredom, fatigue, or external environments. By identifying what prompts you to stray from your goals, you gain the power to anticipate and counteract them before they take hold. Awareness is the first step toward control. A key strategy is environmental design. The spaces in which we live and work profoundly influence our behavior. By reducing exposure to temptations and creating environments that support focus, you make disciplined action easier and more natural. This might include organizing your workspace, limiting digital distractions, or surrounding yourself with people who encourage growth. Nathan also stresses mindset and mental reframing. Viewing temptations as temporary obstacles rather than insurmountable challenges strengthens resolve. By shifting your focus from immediate gratification to the benefits of long-term achievement, you empower yourself to choose actions that align with your goals. Another critical aspect is structured routines and boundaries. Clear schedules and defined priorities limit opportunities for distraction. Discipline thrives when your day is organized around intentional habits and tasks, leaving less room for impulsive or unproductive behavior. Finally, Nathan underscores the role of self-awareness and reflection. Monitoring your behavior, acknowledging lapses without judgment, and learning from mistakes strengthens your ability to resist distractions in the future. Overcoming temptations is not about perfection, but about incremental progress and resilience. Ultimately, mastering self-discipline in the face of temptations and distractions transforms your life. It allows you to reclaim focus, protect your time, and channel your energy toward meaningful goals. By combining awareness, environmental design, mindset, routines, and reflection, you build the inner strength to stay on course even when the world pulls you in 100 different directions. Self-discipline is, therefore, not restriction. It is freedom. The freedom to focus, to act intentionally, and to create the life you truly desire.
Consistency over motivation. Motivation is often fleeting, coming in bursts that inspire action but rarely sustain it. Kelvin W. Nathan emphasizes in Self-Discipline that consistency, not motivation, is the true engine of achievement. While motivation sparks the journey, it is regular, repeated action that produces lasting results. Consistency begins with small, deliberate habits. Nathan highlights that success is rarely the result of extraordinary effort in isolated moments. Rather, it comes from performing simple, productive actions day after day. These repeated behaviors build momentum, reinforce discipline, and gradually lead to significant outcomes. Another key insight is the importance of showing up even when you don't feel like it. Motivation fluctuates with mood, energy, or circumstances, but consistency thrives on commitment. By committing to action, regardless of temporary feelings, you create a reliable path toward your goals. Nathan calls this doing what matters even when it's hard. Nathan also discusses the value of tracking progress. Consistency is reinforced when you measure your actions and acknowledge small wins along the way. Tracking not only provides accountability, but also highlights improvement, boosting confidence and maintaining momentum. He further emphasizes building systems instead of relying on willpower alone. When routines and structures support your goals, discipline becomes less about effort and more about following a framework. A consistent system removes the unpredictability of relying solely on fluctuating motivation. A crucial element of consistency is patience. Results often lag behind effort, and it's easy to become discouraged if you expect instant success. Nathan reminds us that consistent action compounds over time, and even small steps taken daily lead to remarkable transformations. Ultimately, choosing consistency over motivation means prioritizing action over feeling. It is about creating habits, systems, and routines that carry you forward even when enthusiasm wanes. By focusing on what you do every day rather than what you feel in the moment, you gain control over your progress and ensure steady growth. In essence, self-discipline is sustained by commitment, structure, and persistence. Consistency transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary results and allows you to achieve your goals with reliability, resilience, and lasting impact. Motivation may ignite the spark, but consistency keeps the flame burning.
Building mental toughness. Mental toughness is a cornerstone of self-discipline, and Kelvin W. Nathan explains in Self-Discipline that it is the ability to stay focused, resilient, and effective even under pressure, adversity, or uncertainty. Building mental toughness is not about eliminating challenges. It's about developing the inner strength to face them head-on and continue progressing toward your goals. Nathan begins by emphasizing the importance of embracing discomfort. Growth rarely occurs in comfort zones, and mental toughness is forged when we willingly confront difficult situations, delays, or setbacks. By training yourself to endure challenges without giving in to frustration or fear, you strengthen your ability to persevere. Another key element is emotional control. Mental toughness requires the ability to observe emotions like fear, doubt, or anger without letting them dictate your actions. Nathan highlights that disciplined individuals respond to situations with rational, goal-focused decisions rather than reacting impulsively. This control allows you to maintain clarity and effectiveness in stressful moments. Resilience is also central to mental toughness. Nathan explains that setbacks are inevitable, but disciplined minds treat failure as feedback, not defeat. Each obstacle becomes an opportunity to learn, adapt, and emerge stronger. By cultivating resilience, you turn challenges into stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. Consistency and self-accountability further reinforce toughness. Nathan underscores that maintaining disciplined habits, tracking progress, and holding yourself responsible even when motivation wanes develops a sense of reliability and inner strength. Mental toughness grows when your actions are aligned with your values and long-term objectives, creating a stable foundation for persistence. In essence, building mental toughness is about training the mind to thrive under pressure, maintain focus amid distractions, and embrace challenges as catalysts for growth. Mental toughness, Nathan reminds us, is not innate. It is developed through deliberate practice, self-discipline, and unwavering commitment. By cultivating this inner resilience, you equip yourself to achieve goals that might once have seemed out of reach, making success not just possible, but inevitable.
The role of goals and purpose. In self-discipline, Kelvin W. Nathan emphasizes that goals and purpose are the compass and engine of a disciplined life. Without clear direction, self-discipline can falter, leaving effort scattered and progress minimal. Purpose gives meaning to your actions, while goals provide measurable milestones to guide your journey. Together, they transform intention into consistent, focused action. Nathan begins by highlighting the importance of clarity in goal setting. Goals act as tangible targets, helping you prioritize tasks and allocate energy effectively. They turn abstract aspirations into actionable steps. Without defined goals, even the most disciplined person can drift aimlessly, expending effort without meaningful results. Purpose, Nathan argues, is even more foundational. It is the why behind every action, the deep motivation that fuels persistence when challenges arise. When your discipline is anchored in purpose, effort feels worthwhile, even in the face of discomfort, delay, or failure. Purpose aligns your daily actions with long-term vision, giving each choice significance and direction. A disciplined approach to goals involves breaking them into manageable steps. Nathan stresses that large objectives can feel overwhelming, which can weaken resolve. By creating smaller, achievable milestones, you maintain momentum, measure progress, and reinforce your commitment to the larger vision. Equally important is regular review and adjustment. Goals are not static. They must evolve as circumstances change and as you grow. Reflecting on progress and recalibrating objectives ensures continued alignment with your purpose and prevents wasted effort on outdated or irrelevant pursuits. Nathan also emphasizes the synergy between values, purpose, and goals. Discipline becomes sustainable when your actions reflect what truly matters to you. Alignment creates internal motivation that is far more enduring than fleeting external incentives. Ultimately, self-discipline without purpose is directionless, and purpose without goals is unstructured. Nathan reminds us that the most successful individuals combine both: a strong sense of why they pursue their dreams and a clear roadmap for how to achieve them. By defining goals and connecting them to purpose, you create a framework that guides consistent action, strengthens resolve, and enables lasting achievement. In essence, goals and purpose are the foundation on which disciplined, meaningful, and impactful lives are built. They transform effort into progress and dreams into reality.
Time management and focus. In self-discipline, Kelvin W. Nathan emphasizes that mastery of time and focus is essential for achieving meaningful goals. Self-discipline is not just about willpower, it's about intentionally directing your energy toward what matters most, and effectively managing time is the framework that makes this possible. Nathan begins by highlighting the importance of prioritization. Not all tasks are equally important, and without clear priorities, even disciplined individuals can waste time on low-value activities. By identifying the tasks that directly contribute to your long-term goals, you can focus energy where it matters most. Planning and structure are equally critical. Nathan encourages creating daily, weekly, and long-term plans that break down goals into actionable steps. A structured approach minimizes indecision, reduces procrastination, and ensures that progress is consistent. Without a plan, distractions and emergencies can easily derail your momentum. Focus is not just about attention, but also about eliminating distractions.
Nathan explains that the environment, technology, and even internal thought patterns can disrupt concentration. Deliberate strategies, such as scheduling deep work periods, turning off notifications, or creating a dedicated workspace, help safeguard your focus and maintain productivity. Another key principle is time awareness. Tracking how you spend your hours reveals patterns and inefficiencies. By auditing your time, you can identify activities that waste energy and replace them with tasks that advance your objectives. This conscious allocation of time transforms it from a passive resource into an intentional tool. Nathan also stresses the importance of energy management alongside time. Discipline is easier to maintain when you work during peak energy periods, take regular breaks, and care for your physical and mental well-being. Efficient time use is intertwined with maintaining focus, clarity, and motivation throughout the day. Finally, he emphasizes adaptability. Plans are essential, but rigidity can be counterproductive. Adjusting priorities in response to changing circumstances while maintaining focus on your overarching goals is a hallmark of disciplined individuals. In essence, effective time management and focus turn intention into action. By prioritizing, planning, eliminating distractions, managing energy, and remaining adaptable, self-discipline becomes a practical, sustainable force that drives consistent progress toward meaningful goals. Mastery of these skills ensures that your time is invested wisely, your focus is maintained, and your actions consistently align with your purpose.
Turning failure into growth. In self-discipline, Kelvin W. Nathan emphasizes that failure is not a dead end, but a stepping stone to success. Self-discipline is not just about achieving goals, it is about cultivating the resilience and mindset to learn, adapt, and grow from setbacks. How we respond to failure often determines our long-term success more than talent or effort alone. Nathan begins by highlighting the importance of reframing failure. Instead of viewing mistakes as proof of inadequacy, disciplined individuals see them as feedback and opportunities to improve. This shift in perspective transforms fear of failure into a source of motivation and learning. A key strategy is reflection and analysis. After a setback, examining what went wrong, what could have been done differently, and what lessons can be applied next time helps turn mistakes into actionable insights. Nathan stresses that without reflection, failure may repeat itself, but with thoughtful evaluation, each challenge becomes a guide for future decisions. Resilience is central to growth. Nathan emphasizes that self-discipline strengthens resilience by teaching us to persist even when outcomes are unfavorable. By consistently practicing perseverance, we build the mental toughness needed to overcome obstacles and maintain progress toward long-term goals. Another critical aspect is adaptation and flexibility. Growth requires adjusting strategies and approaches when initial plans fail. Nathan encourages disciplined individuals to remain open to change, willing to innovate, and ready to experiment with new solutions. Stubborn attachment to a failing path can hinder progress, while adaptation accelerates learning. Nathan also underscores the importance of maintaining perspective. Failure is a temporary event, not a reflection of personal worth. Keeping a balanced view prevents discouragement, fosters confidence, and allows you to continue moving forward without self-doubt. Ultimately, turning failure into growth is about action, reflection, and resilience. Disciplined individuals transform setbacks into lessons, using them to refine their goals, strategies, and habits. Each failure becomes an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more capable of achieving meaningful success.
In essence, failure is not the opposite of success. It is an integral part of it. By embracing failure with the right mindset, reflecting on lessons learned, and adapting strategies, you convert obstacles into stepping stones, ensuring that every challenge propels you closer to your highest potential.
Sustaining momentum through discipline. In self-discipline, Kelvin W. Nathan emphasizes that achieving success is only part of the journey. Sustaining momentum over time is what separates temporary results from lasting achievement. Discipline is the key to maintaining consistent progress, even when initial excitement fades or challenges arise. Nathan begins by highlighting the importance of daily habits and routines. Momentum is built through repeated, purposeful actions, not sporadic bursts of effort. By establishing habits that align with long-term goals, you create a self-reinforcing cycle where disciplined behavior becomes automatic, reducing reliance on fleeting motivation. A critical factor is tracking progress and celebrating small wins. Recognizing incremental achievements reinforces commitment and motivates continued effort. Nathan stresses that momentum thrives when you acknowledge progress, no matter how small, as it provides tangible evidence that consistent discipline yields results over time. Another essential element is resilience in the face of setbacks. Challenges and obstacles are inevitable, but disciplined individuals maintain forward motion by adjusting strategies, learning from mistakes, and refusing to let temporary failures derail their progress. Momentum is sustained not by perfection, but by the ability to recover quickly and stay on course. Nathan also emphasizes the role of focus and prioritization. Sustaining momentum requires dedicating energy to tasks that truly matter, avoiding distractions, and eliminating low-value activities. By concentrating on high-impact actions, you ensure that every effort contributes meaningfully to your long-term objectives. Consistency over motivation is another recurring theme. Motivation fluctuates, but disciplined action creates reliability. Nathan explains that momentum is the cumulative result of showing up every day, even when enthusiasm wanes. Discipline transforms intention into repeated action, which compounds into measurable progress. Finally, Nathan highlights purpose as a guiding force. Momentum is easier to maintain when actions are tied to a meaningful vision or goal. Purpose provides context, strengthens resolve, and helps you persevere through difficult periods, ensuring that effort is sustained rather than scattered. In essence, sustaining momentum through discipline is about creating habits, maintaining focus, embracing resilience, and aligning actions with purpose. It transforms consistent effort into lasting results, enabling you to progress steadily toward your goals. Discipline becomes both the engine and the compass, keeping you moving forward with direction, clarity, and unstoppable momentum.
Listening to Self-Discipline by Kelvin W. Nathan is like holding a roadmap to mastering your life. The book shows us that self-discipline is not about harsh restrictions or relying on fleeting motivation. It's about building habits, mindset, and focus that allow us to consistently take meaningful action toward our goals. From understanding the foundation of discipline, to mastering your mindset, to cultivating mental toughness, each chapter offers practical strategies to overcome distractions, resist temptations, and turn failures into opportunities for growth. It emphasizes that success is built on small, repeated actions, the power of purpose, and the ability to sustain momentum even when challenges arise. By listening to this book, you gain the tools to transform intention into consistent results and chaos into clarity, creating a life that reflects your true potential. If you found these insights valuable, joining Wiser Reads will give you access to more thought-provoking summaries,
empowering lessons, and actionable wisdom from the world's most impactful books. Don't just listen, let's grow together, one book at a time. Remember, every step you take toward discipline is a step toward freedom. Subscribe and be part of a journey that transforms your mind, habits, and life.